Hey. Here we go. Woohoo!
Step inside the SmashBoxx with Johnny V and Terry Miller, the disc golf guy.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm here with Terry Miller, the disc golf guy. This is SmashBoxx, and we are at the Maple Hill Wrap-Up Show for round one. Terry.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey.
You're looking less red today. How did it go?
I think it went pretty well. We are here for podcast number 39. As you said, this is day one of the Maple Hill Wrap-Up Show. Super excited to be here. I feel like we had a relatively successful day. And
heck yeah, we did.
Yeah, wow. We saw some good golf. We're going to have some guests in a few minutes. I think we're going to pull one in right away here for a few minutes. I don't know if Johnny's got to reorganize some things. There's been a little bit of chaos going on around here, and we want to see this beautiful curly-haired gentleman in all of his pretty goodness. We're going to have the mic nice and close to him.
Is this what I talk into?
Yes, you do. Welcome to the show, live and in person. Dana Vitchie. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good. Hanging out in Maple Hill. Can't complain.
No, you can't. I think it would be remiss if we did not open the show with a big hug.
Come here. Bring one in.
Aw, that's sweet, guys. I can't. There's no way I can.
Yeah, we'd hug you too, Johnny. You get enough hugs from me.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
So, Dana, we're going to have you probably stop in here and there. We got a lot of different guests lined up tonight. We're going to be also checking in with Jeremy Rusko, who's not at the Maple Hill Open, but he's got a pretty good excuse for not being here, him and some of the DD crew.
What excuse could he have? Come on. It's not like...
Well, there's your teaser. You're going to have to stay
on.
here and hang out. Yeah. So, Dynamite, you had one of the later rounds today at 250, the second to last card that went out. What was it like going out that late in the afternoon? I mean, did you sleep in? Did you get a 10-mile run in? What'd you do today?
Yeah, it was a lot of just hanging out at Maple Hill and talking to people, catching up with old friends, meeting some new people. I did a lot of putting.
You probably picked up like 3 sponsors. You're good at getting sponsorship.
Yeah.
No? Did you?
Well, I mean, maybe half a dozen new sponsors.
You're probably not even joking, which is great. You're so lovable. Talk a little bit about your round out there today. Obviously, golf's on everyone's mind, and we love to know how everyone did. How'd it go for you?
You know what? I ended up shooting a 60. It was a pretty solid round. Made some nice putts, which felt good. I've been, as you guys know, I've been having some struggles with my putt, so it was kind of funny. I did the NT clinic yesterday, which I did it with Jay and Des Redding, and it was a putting.
Oh, look at that. Whoops. Let me do this here. We just lost.
Went through my putt with me and worked a few things out, gave me a few pointers and things to think about or do. And so went out there today and made a couple nice putts on my first few holes. And it felt great because this year's been, 25, 30 footers have been a real struggle, and made some today, missed a few, but ended up posting the 60, missed the putt on 18 to end my round, which was after throwing a great second shot to get on the island. And I actually was deep on the pin, so I threw a really, really nice shot and missed the 25-foot cutbacker. But yeah, had a good card for the most part. We had a lot of fun. 3 of us did anyway.
Yeah, sometimes if somebody's struggling or not having the best time out there, there's a couple different ways to go about it. You can either completely ignore it and try and stay within your own game, or sometimes, depending on how well you know the person, you may be trying to be a little bit of cheerleader to pick them up. And even that, there's a little bit of internal struggle with which role you're going to take. And again, it sometimes depends on how well you know that person.
Hey, Terry, can you hear that we have Rusko on the line now? He just dialed in for us.
Oh, I did not. Okay,
Jeremy, do you have video, or are we going to stick with the dynamic disc logo?
Oh, well,
Oh,
maybe
here.
this is going to
Oh,
work.
there you
Hold on.
go.
I think
Maybe
I'm
not.
something. There we go.
Excellent. Terry, can you hear Jeremy? Jeremy, you can hear Terry?
Yes, yes, we can.
No, that's great, Jeremy. That's much better.
All right.
Hang on for just a second, Jeremy. We're wrapping up. We're gonna get to. We already gave a teaser, knowing why you're trying to find out why you're not here. But Dana was just talking about a little bit of his round out there today, and what's the game plan for tomorrow out there, Dana?
Well, I posted the 60, which is even par out here. Pretty solid round. Looking to improve on that. Anywhere if I get hot, I could go 54 to 52. But a solid round would hopefully be in the mid 50s. But if I post another 60, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
No, exactly. Well, one thing that we're going to do is we're going to let you stand down for a few minutes.
Sure.
You can look over a little bit of scores. We're going to get some other details out here. Do you know what just out of curiosity, though, for everyone at home, do you know what a 60, what an even par was rated today?
Yeah, I think it was right around 10-10, 10-11.
Wow. So
yeah, I think 59, 10-18.
So that just goes to show how challenging this course really is. Usually you shoot par at a course as a professional, and you're like, oh, that's like a 940 or something, you being a solid player. But coming out here and shooting a par, a 60, is actually rated 10-10, and that's world-class golf.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, Dana, we're going to have you check back in. If you want to look over some scores and stats, I'd love to pick your brain about some other things. We're going to have a lot of great guests on, and we want to catch up with you in a little bit, but thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, I'll be over at the air hockey table.
Oh, there you go. Must be nice.
Rusco looking good, buddy.
You looking good.
All right, everybody's looking good. You guys are cute. All right. Johnny, I'm not sure if you've got all the shots set up, but first of all, Jeremy Rusco, welcome to the show. Stepping inside the SmashBoxx. How you doing tonight?
Doing great. How's things going over there?
Kind of like your Glass Blown Open and the city of Emporia, I would say this place is controlled madness, all in a very fun and entertaining way.
Awesome.
So, and it's funny, I would say most people, when they talk about the top 3 to 5 events, maybe even the top 1 or 2 events of the year, more often than not, you hear the Glass Blown Open and you hear the Maple Hill Open. Easily 2 of the best events in the year. And SmashBoxx is happy to be here. I'm happy to be here no matter what I'm doing. And it's just really electric and exciting around here. So what kind of exciting news do you have for the world?
Well, all kinds of excitement this weekend, and the reason why I'm not up there, which actually I've never been to Maple Hill Open, but we have an event inside AT&T Stadium, the disc golf experience at AT&T Stadium, and last year was the first year to do it, and we are definitely making improvements on this year and looking for 464 players to play disc golf inside the stadium and just have a great time.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I'm going to admit, I'm kind of ticked off that I can't be there and experience it myself. I saw it happen last year, and I thought, wow, that's a pretty amazing experience. And I know it conflicted with somewhere I was traveling. I don't know if it was this event or it was somewhere else, but I was traveling elsewhere. And then to know that you guys got it again this year. And now, did EMAC tell me there were some scheduling concerns? You guys are kind of at the whim of what Jerry Jones himself?
Yeah, Jerry and the crew, they pick a rock concert or basically anything that's going to drive in a tremendous amount of revenue over what we can afford at the moment, and our 500 disc golfers don't quite equate to the tremendous amount of revenue that a concert or anything like that does. So we're at their mercy, and it worked out for this weekend for us this year, and we're happy and thankful to be going back. And we think that it's putting disc golf in another spotlight outside of the normal tournament scene, and we hope for more great things to come from it this year.
Yeah, and we talk about that a lot. I mean, the Maple Hill Open, for instance, talks about getting people to watch, getting people to care about what's going on, rather than just a bunch of guys throwing some frisbees around in someone's private woods. and a lot of things that you guys do as well kind of have that exact same mentality. Obviously, the media exposure that you brought to the Glass Blown Open this year, having so many different entities there, and now having disc golf on the stage, so to speak, down at that stadium is just tremendous. Do you see a lot of outside eyes that are able to that care about what's going on when you're down at that event? I mean, is there any kind of other public PR people or anything of that nature that take it in?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're always hoping for more. You know that, we know that. We had several different media channels, media outlets come to the event last year that would not, come to our typical disc golf event at the course. And, with the second year, we're hoping to see some more. Of course, Bobby Brown, Cool Daddy Slick Breeze, he's done his due diligence to make sure that everybody that we can think of is aware of the events. And, we've reached out to ESPN to see if they would, try to put something somewhere about Jerry World Disc Golf. And, we don't know whether they think it's exciting or not. I think we maybe have to catch another ace on film. Yeah, and hopefully we can do that. The ninth hole is just a beautiful hole at the disc golf experience. It's thrown from the stadium through the uprights, with the basket being on the 50-yard line on the Dallas Cowboy star. And it would be incredible to see somebody get an ace on that this year. And, maybe something like that could show up on ESPN for a top play.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's awesome to hear. Give us the quick details. I'm assuming it's sold out first and foremost, or no?
It is sold out, or it is I just got a message from Bobby. We have a few spots left. So I think you're going to be at the, 10:30, 10:40 last tee time. Last year we, this was a new experience for us. So we've made several improvements this year where everybody wanted to rush in because it was kind of a free-for-all, first come, first serve on playing. Well, this year we've adjusted it to tee times, and that way there's not a mad rush of players trying to check in all at one time to get inside the stadium. So we have tee times for everybody, and well, there's a familiar face. We've got tee times for everybody, and really looking to improve the experience and have a great time. We've also got a tailgate party happening at Humperdinck's, which is just down the street, which is apparently a fantastic bar and grill, and they've got plenty of area for us to host a putting competition, ring of fire, closest to the pin. So we're really looking to have a disc golf experience for the entire day happening this Saturday at AT&T Stadium.
Awesome. Well, that sounds pretty amazing. I'd love to hear some more of the updates maybe next week when we have our podcast and back on Tuesday night. I'm sure I can connect with yourself, Cool Daddy Slick Breeze, whomever. I'd love to hear some more of the updates and some of the things and the ways it went down. Again, it's you're missing an epic experience not being here at Maple Hill, but I guess we can let it slide. I guess I understand why you guys are still hanging back out there at AT&T Stadium. Very cool. So as you saw, a familiar face, one of your amazing sponsored women here in Paige Bjorkis.
Hey, what's going on?
We're going to talk to Paige a little bit about her day and her experience out here at Maple Hill thus far. Is there any words you'd like to share with her today before we let you go, Jeremy?
Paige is really picking up her game, showing these ladies that she is definitely a true up-and-comer. Many of you probably don't know, but she is venturing to the land of Emporia for her college experience, and we are super excited to have her show up in August. And we're hoping to help not only facilitate her education, but, well, we won't facilitate her education, but we will hopefully facilitate her getting to more disc golf events and really helping the dynamic disc operation and everything that she can do as a player, as well as a promoter and a player. So yeah, it's great to have Paige coming to Emporia, and hopefully she's having a fantastic time out there.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeremy. We're gonna cut you loose, and I'm gonna catch up with Paige and a number of other competitors here tonight. But thanks for coming on and letting us know what was going on this weekend. And like I said, hopefully come Tuesday night, we'll know the results of it and get the recap from it.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
All right. Take care. Have a good night.
See you guys.
See ya. All right. Well, as we said, that was Jeremy Rusko of DD, and they are missing out. They're not here, but Paige, you are here, and you are taking it all in. Now, did you get to go to the Disc Golf Experience last year down in Texas?
I did. It was incredible.
Yeah.
I had expectations that it was going to be awesome. I mean, it's like I thought it was going to be a once in a lifetime thing, but I'm glad it's happening
They
again.
ruined it. It's no longer once in a lifetime. Now it's once a year.
But it was so much fun. It was really cool, throwing in the stadium and then watching football later that season and being like, I was on that star. I putted on that star. I went through that, those field goals. And it was amazing. If you're not here at Vibram, you should definitely try to check it out, all you viewers. It's absolutely incredible. And so much work is put into it. And I mean, obviously they wanted us back another year, so it was great.
That speaks volumes. Now, I know I spoke to you a couple times. People saw your friendly face during the broadcast today, but in case they missed it, I wanted to check in with you. This is your second time out here at the Vibram or the Maple Hill Open. Everybody should just recall it the Vibram Open. That's really what it is. I mean, come on. Even Steve Dodge introduced everyone today, telling them, Jeremy Colling, the Vibram Open champion. So,
well, he was the Vibram Open champion. He's not the Maple Hill Open champion yet.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So talk a little bit about your experience and what's brought you back here. I know you just graduated high school literally a few weeks ago. Talk about your experience in getting here and being part of your tour.
Last year was my first time, like you said, and it was incredible. Everybody that I was friends with that came to this event told me, you got to make it out, you got to make it out. And last year it just kind of fit perfectly into my tour schedule with Paige Pierce, Ragna, Big D, and Jessica Evertson. So I was super excited to make it out last year, and the course was fantastic. I had so much fun off the course. After the rounds every day, there's something fun to do. Like tonight there's game night, and then there's going to be poker night. And I come back to this event, first of all, because it's a great course, but because of off the course, there's so much fun going on, and there's so many people to hang out with and meet. Like I meet new people every time I come here. And since I graduated high school, I've been traveling a bit, and I made sure this was a stop on my tour.
Yeah, and at some point tonight, we're going to do a couple pans over to the madness here when we get one of our qualified cameramen over here to show you guys what's going on and what it looks like in here. Never mind the fact that we're sitting next to literally like cases and cases of pies.
Pie eating contest.
Somehow I'm maintaining my focus and control. But yeah, there's cases of pies over here, and there's people playing shuffleboard, air hockey, skee ball, pool, poker,
everything.
Darts, pinball, Miss Pac-Man, and foosball. So that's what's going on. So if you're hearing any of that, that's what it is. So I got to ask then, of all these games, if you thought you were going to dominate someone in any game, if you had your game of choice out here out of all those games, what game would that be?
Skee ball.
Skee ball.
Skee ball. So much fun, and somehow I get lucky every time.
Wow.
And I'm thankful for it. So.
When you say you get lucky every time, I think other people may just call that skill. That's like saying Paul Macbeth just gets lucky every weekend. I think there might be a real skill there that he can rely on. So just pulling up a few of the stats and figures, we have, I think, 26 women.
Wow.
This weekend, which is phenomenal in the pro women division. 26 women. I see that you're right around like the halfway point, after maybe on the upper edge of the 26 women in terms of the halfway point. Looked like one of the holes that was a very friendly hole for a lot of the women today was hole number 8. I see that is one that you had birdied. Talk a little bit about what hole 8 and how you went about it, how it lays out.
Hole 8, I believe, is maybe 285 feet.
Okay.
Kind of a short, like a mid-range distance, and it's over water. That's really the only tough part about it, just mentally knowing that there's water like 10 feet in front of it. And it's uphill. Well, the throw is straight, but behind the basket is uphill, so you can really go for it and you'll be fine. And there's trees to the right of the basket, so it's kind of hard to hyzer in. So my approach is that I aim straight at the basket with a little bit of hyzer. And it'll skip up a little bit to the left side, but it's still, like a 20-foot max putt. So just play it safe and land left so you don't have a death putt, but you're putting 20 feet, straight at an even angle. So that's my approach. I think it's one of the easiest holes on the course.
It is one of the easier holes on the course. And as you say that, though, we look at the scores, and it's kind of funny. there were very few threes today. There's a lot of either twos or fours, and that's because obviously if you go OB, then you throw from a drop zone, and that's a relatively easy up and down. But when you look at the scores for the women, there were 8 or 9. It looked like about 8 or 9 twos on it, and then there were probably about 9 or 10 non-birdies or non-pars. So it was definitely it can be a real scoring swing for people that are out there. So it sounded like there's a little collusion here. Is it just coinky-dink, so to speak, that you're going to Emporia to go to college? Or did Rusco just let the cat out of the bag that there's a grant program for you or a scholarship or what?
Emporia has always been a town that I absolutely loved ever since I first visited. And I want to be a teacher. My goal is to be a math teacher. I could play tournaments on the weekend and the summers, and I love math, and I've wanted to be a teacher ever since kindergarten. And Emporia State has a great teaching school, and that was a big factor. And dynamic discs being there is a bonus. I just think everything worked out perfectly. I also chose there because of dynamic discs, because I have that support system away from home. And I think just the stars aligned with the school and everything worked out. Plus, Worlds being there in 2016 maybe nudged me a little more.
Just a little bit.
I'm going to put in work while I'm there, and I really want to try to win Worlds in 2016.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, I've known you for a number of years. I've seen your dad, I've seen your mom, and you all traveling around the country now for a number of years. You're obviously continuing to improve on your game. We talked about how you finished third last weekend, maybe even beating a couple of your idols in a sense, which is crazy. And I'm sure, you said, playing with Val Jenkins and actually somehow, even getting the better of her that given weekend, which I know doesn't come along often.
No.
When you're talking about some of our top players to actually beat them. Ragna and Val were two of the women that you managed to overcome, and then you finished third behind Sarah Holcomb and Paige Pierce, who tied. So what do you feel is the strongest part of your game right now that's really doing it for you?
I 100% believe it's my putting. For the past, 3 years, putting has been setting me back so far. And I started playing disc golf at a really young age.
Which was?
10. 9 or 10.
And you are now 18?
18. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
And starting off, to get to the basket, even from short distances, I would still come across the side of my body to putt. And so it's something that I've been putting with forever, and it coming from the side instead of starting from the center. And that's really not a good putt because it's really a guessing game when you're going to release.
Sure.
So for the past month, I changed up my putting style and coming from the center, and that's really all I've been working on for the past few months. And so my putting has been really strong last week, and I believe that's what got me to finish third. And today my putting was spot on, but my throwing is not that great right now because I've been focusing so much on my putting. But getting off the tee is tough here at Vibram. Even those people who no one's going to be 100% perfect on this course, and people can, I can move up quick on this course. So I'm not really that upset about it, but I definitely think my putting right now is the strongest. I'm feeling really confident, especially coming off of that third place last weekend.
You should be.
It just gave me this sense of confidence, and I'm just feeling great. I'm really excited. But yeah, putting, I'd say.
Awesome. No, that's what we love to hear. Anything you'd like to share with all the SmashBoxx world or people that are out there that aren't here at the Maple Hill Open? We talk about it. I've been trying to blow up this event on my side, from a media side, for 4 or 5 years. And you're talking about why you needed to be here, but anything you want to share with the rest of the world as to what's what you love so much, and not necessarily what you love. You've already discussed, I guess, what you love, but anything you want to share with anyone that's not here?
Definitely make it a priority to come out here. It's an amazing time. Ask anybody and ask if they had a bad time at Vibram, and nobody will say no. And you just get to meet a ton of new people, and it's one of the best courses in the country. And if you're a disc golfer, you want to get out and play those courses. And playing this course will really show, the strong parts of your game and the weak parts. And so I just think it's a great experience. And, if you're gone, you're missing out right now. There's game night. It's so much fun, game night. And there's so many more fun things to do. And, just try to make it out.
Are you? I gotta ask. Are you gonna partake in pie eating, or accuracy, or distance, or glow golf, or putting, or ping pong? Are you gonna partake in any of those?
I'm gonna try to play ping pong.
Okay.
I love ping pong. Me and my brother used to play a few years back, so we got really good.
Okay. Have you seen the likes of we'll say a Ricky Wysocki or Steve's brother-in-law?
They're so good. I don't know if I'll beat them, but they're insane.
Okay.
I thought I was good, but it's really cool to see disc golfers really good at other things. Like seeing their other talents rather than on the course, because so many people are defined by disc golf that it's not that great sometimes. So it's cool to see, other cool things that they're good at.
And there are a lot of talented people in here. I know Steve Dodge has a lot of these games dialed in. I see Ricky Wysocki and a few of the others even over at the poker table. Everybody, it's intense around here, and everybody's having a good time with it. Well, Paige, we're going to let you go so you can enjoy so much of what's going on here. I'd like to thank you for being just an amazing ambassador for women disc golfers. You've always got a smile on your face. It's a pleasure to have you, and we wish you the best of luck and continued success.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, that was Paige Bjorkis. She has, like she said, she's been traveling around. She's taking it really seriously, and it's just been amazing to see what she's accomplished. She's a shorter woman, and man, can she rip a disc. I watched it all of last weekend in Colorado at the Rocky Mountain Women's Championships, which her dad and good friend Ray Woodruff put on, and man, she's definitely a contender. So
Spunky is what people are calling her. She's spunky.
She's spunky. Yes. Speaking of spunky, your voice is odd. I wonder if that's for others to hear. I don't know if that's been just since.
You know what? Actually, things went a little strange when we added Rusko to the call. Let's just do this real quick. I'm gonna hang up and call you back.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't like you anyway. Bye.
We don't really need Terry for this, do we? He's just. Honestly, let's really talk about Terry. Guys.
Are you there?
Oh, sorry. I was just about to talk smack about you.
Oh yeah. No, I got plenty in.
Oh, anyway, bye. Yeah, it tried to grab Rusko again, so I'm just gonna go just Terry. So we'll get this.
All right. Welcome
there we
back.
Go. That's better because it tried to grab Rusko again on the call. So because what happens is when you add somebody, it compresses your video and things get all hokey pokey. But you know what? It's nothing we can't figure out here at the studio headquarters, the world headquarters of SmashBoxxtV.
Wonky. Is it wonky? Do kids still use that word, wonky?
No. I don't think anyone uses that anymore.
Oh, come on. Well, I got to get with the program, apparently.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to make a quick post on the Facebooks so everybody knows that we are live and going out there tonight. I haven't been able to pay attention too much here to the live chat. Anybody have any major concerns or commentary out there?
No, there hasn't really been much out there. I think, you know what it kind of felt like we were doing today? It kind of felt like we were dancing. And we danced.
Together?
Well, I guess we worked together. We danced around all the problem areas that we had today. And I felt really good about that. I felt that, we knew where to go on the course. We've done this for a couple of years. We didn't have the same problems we had yesterday. Our cameraman, Joe, was on the ball. He got to where he needed to be. A lot of people ask, like, oh, how come you don't have audio from Joe? And there's a really good reason. Joe huffs and puffs up at that course because he's hauling. And most people probably don't want to hear that. And for me to try to turn on and off the audio while he's huffing and puffing, not worth it. And it really only kind of bit us, so to speak, in one spot where you were on hole 10 and he was catching on 14. So,
real quickly, speaking of game night, I think we may need a professional. I don't know if we should. Okay, I guess we're going for it.
Oh, we got camera movement.
Steve Dodge may have just lost us. No, are you there, John?
We're good.
I heard a huge static thing. We're going to need a readjustment. Okay, that's Steve Dodge. There's less of Steve Dodge. He keeps telling me how he's losing weight. I think he's trying to rub that in.
Oh, there's Batman.
You're doing an all right job, Steve.
Dynamite.
Oh, there now.
That's perfect.
Right. That's back to where it belongs.
Perfect.
All right. We'll probably get another professional camera pan at some point. But yeah, that's what's going on. I've got Steve Dodge less than 12 feet away from me throwing steel-tipped darts. So I'm not sure how trustworthy I am. But
if he keeps up that camera work, he might have a job next year.
Yeah, he's not doing much else, I'll tell you that. Tay Fast out on the board. Why does he, I think meaning me, have two-sided headphones? I think that's a handicap joke on my part of hearing. Because it looked weird to have one-sided headphones.
Well,
but yes.
What I didn't realize is that for the first half of the show, I had both my headsets in, like I normally do when we work, because I use my phone to communicate with you guys, and I have my headset here to hear what's going on via the stream. Mm-hmm. And so I just realized, like, I only really need one set of headphones. I'd like 2 or 3, but I think 1 will do.
Well, and for those that don't know, what we do in order to bring you guys this live signal is we had, today specifically, we had one gentleman who's, in fact, Steve Dodge's brother, Todd, who is not a professional cameraman, but has been filming out here for many years. I was tethered to him with a cable, a cord, so that I could then do my commentary. So he was working our new camera, and then down the fairway, getting the catch or getting the throws that were coming in or being, coming down the fairway. That was our friend Joe, who was working the camera at the Memorial this year. And so Joe has some magic on his camera that uploads it to the internet. We have some magic that uploads it to the internet. And then Johnny V's back in Milwaukee, sitting exactly where he's sitting right now. Must be nice just to sit down all day. But that's what he's doing, and he's getting those 2 camera feeds coming in, and he's switching back and forth, producing or switching the show, as you'd call it. And he's going back and forth, and then we're trying to stay in constant communication the entire time, even though he's on a delay from us. So it's mildly complicated, but yet so beautiful all at the same time when it works.
Hey, Terry, let's trade jobs one week. Why don't you do the...
I would sit there. At one point when I was hustling around the course, you were telling us you were eating pizza.
I was. I had a big Tombstone pizza here for lunch. So
yeah,
I know I kind of rubbed that in. Yeah. I don't think our viewers would enjoy me doing commentary or you doing switching. So
whatever.
But you know who could do it all? Probably Ricky Wysocki.
Ricky Wysocki. Ricky has joined the show, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Wysocki. Ricky is easily one of the most talented individuals that steps into the Maple Hill property. Ping pong or sting pong, as we saw a few years ago. Darts, poker. What don't you do well? Anything?
I mean, I'm an overall guy when it comes to the Vibram overall contest. I'm trying to win the tournament, but I'm also trying to win all the other side games. So, it's always something to shoot for here at the Vibram.
Yeah, there absolutely is. What about how on point are your pie eating skills?
Well, that's kind of like, that's out of my realm. I'm not really the biggest eater, but it comes to athletics and competitive eating are kind of, I don't know about all that.
They don't mix?
They don't
is that
mix,
what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I'm not the best competitive eater, if you would say.
But if you were to eat one of the pies, Table Talk Pies is a huge sponsor of this tournament, and they're a little like 4-inch round pies, and there's cases of them right next to us. Of all flavors. I think there's dozens of flavors. What's your go-to flavor?
It's got to be apple. Classic original apple. I think
Smart
it goes down
man.
to too.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Wysocki, thanks for joining us tonight. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Ricky, so...
Yeah, that's all we needed, the apple pie talk.
Yeah, apple pie talk. That's all we need from you, buddy. Now, let's get into some serious business, which means we were checking the leaderboard as best as we could throughout the day while we were doing the live broadcasting, and we talked to Nate Sexton when he was in with a 54. That was about halfway through the round we were covering, and he said he was one of the better scores with 54. It must not have been long after that you came in with a 51.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it felt solid. Always, any score under 54 here at the Vibram. You know, it was a great round. Obviously, you know, for me, I'm not really trying to shoot a number. I'm just trying to shoot the best I can. But, you know, 54, if there has to be a number that, you know, I definitely want to go under is 54, you know, just because of how many par fours and tough holes there are out here. That number just seems to be the number to shoot for. If you can shoot under 54 every round, I think you'll win the tournament.
Well, and that makes sense. And it's funny that everybody talks about kind of a magic number in mind that they kind of keep out there. A lot of people, like Dana, when he was on earlier, he was talking about just being content with sub 60. And now here you are talking sub 54. That's some pretty impressive numbers. I'm going to look at your scorecard here. Your back 9, it looked like you had birdied 7 out of the remaining 9 holes on the backside. And those being a lot of threes, you know, with the, like you said, the par fours and whatnot out here. Did you feel like you just hit your groove? I mean, you got over the very challenging hole number 9. You took a bogey there, which some would argue is a par, but you took a 4. And then, like I said, you got 7 out of the back 9. Is that just when you hit your groove, or you got it all dialed in?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely got in the rhythm on the back 9. The back 9's definitely the harder of the 2 9s. You know, as you can see, there's more par 4s, and even the par 3s are a lot harder. You know, as goes for tomorrow, if I can, obviously if I can repeat that, you know, I'd be thrilled. But yeah, the back 9, I definitely caught into rhythm, and you know, I was hitting my putts. I hit a lot of nice putts that on the back 9 to keep my round going.
Well, what I find kind of interesting is we're also looking at the scores. I wish this was all in my head, but it's not. I'm cheating. You know, you must. It looks like you had 11 birdies. Paul McBeth had 11 birdies. However, there was only 2, 4, I guess 6 out of the 11 were the same. I mean, you guys birdied very different holes. You know, you got holes 12, 13, and 14, of which he got none of those. And then he got 15 and 16, and you didn't. So it's really interesting when you look at these scores. I mean, 2 and 3, those are kind of the most common, you know, those are very commonly birdied. But it's kind of interesting to look at that as well. Now, you shot a 9. I see Hastings. I've seen it say 8 and 9. It doesn't make sense because it says he shot -7, but it's a 52. So there's some math. Chuck Kennedy, let's call him. Chalk you in the ratings. No.
He's going to get reamed now.
But, you know, so we see McBeth at 10, you at 9, Yulee at 8, and Hastings at 7 or 8, something like that. Looks like a pretty solid card tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Going into what you were talking about as far as the holes that I birdied and he didn't, and same goes for him. Just kind of build off of that. That being said, you know that kind of shows just how this Maple Hill course plays. Just because there's strokes to gain or lose, obviously, if you're not careful on every hole. So like you said, there's holes that I birdied, he didn't. So that's what makes this event so awesome is you can't let up. Otherwise, it's just gonna the margin for error is almost none.
Yeah, and I said you guys I think birdied 6 of the same holes. You only played 7 of the holes the same. So that means you guys both bogeyed hole 9, and then you had the same 6 birdies. But every other hole, I mean, if you guys were playing skins, it would have been about 50-50 or so. I mean, it's just really amazing looking at the 2 of your scores because they are vastly different, but yet only 1 stroke apart from one another. What do you feel like? We saw McBeth shoot a 45 a couple of years ago. What do you feel like would kind of ultimately be your perfect round out here? If all the stars aligned and you were out there to take care of business on that final round, what do you feel like would be a perfect score for you? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, when Paul shot a 45 was an absolutely stellar round. The course has gotten a little harder, so that 45 I don't think is as doable.
Yeah, sure.
It was obviously an unbelievable round, but like I said, those 3 or 4 holes got harder. As for probably the best round I could possibly shoot would probably be with those 3 holes being harder. I think probably about a 47, 48. 47's a little bit too crazy, I think, but a 48. I think a 48 is doable. Obviously, that's almost perfect round, but. It's for me. I think it's possible.
Okay. Now, did you hear any of the rumblings that we heard? And maybe I could talk with Dana Vici a little later. But did you hear about Steve Slater's start today?
I did not. But I'm interested to hear.
Well, let me confirm before I say something really stupid.
Okay.
Oh, it was a rumor. Well, there we go. I guess let me. Are you kidding? It was a ridiculous rumor. Off of Dana Vici. Okay. Well, I'm going to share it anyway now because it was ridiculous
That is pretty
compared
sick.
to reality. I was told by multiple people, and then it was even talked about afterward, that Steve Slater, who's a friend of mine and a guy from Illinois and a friend of Dana's and very nice guy who's been playing Masters. I woke up to someone telling me that he started early this morning and that he started the course 2-2-2.
Oh my gosh.
That he had an he had an eagle throw in on
Wow.
hole 1. Birdieing hole 2 is normal.
Yeah.
Birdieing hole 3 is normal. But it went like wildfire.
To start with the turkey, that'd be. I don't think that'd be a one in a lifetime.
It would be. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we've put that to rest.
Yeah,
Never mind.
all right.
Thank you, Dana, for giving me the forewarning there.
Watching that.
Yeah, he went 4-4-3
Yeah. So not quite.
So instead of the 6 strokes I heard him played in, he played 11, which is perfectly fine, but certainly not the 2-2-2 that would have been legendary. What? You could 2-hole 1.
I mean, yeah, technically I could. I throw far enough to do it.
I mean, it's 785 feet it's downhill the entire way, a little more sloped at first and then gradual. And then, it's a peninsula green,
Yeah.
but with a solid putt, you could have what, 50, 60, 80 footer there?
Yeah, I mean, if I had my absolute best throw, I mean, that's just to throw it to there, you probably still have to throw, probably 680. Since it's considering the downhill.
I'm listening.
680. If you throw it about 680, you'll have about a, like you said, 60, 70 footer. And still, that's for me. I wouldn't call myself the longest thrower, but maybe a guy like Simon or Garrett Gerthy or someone like that. I think they could. If they threw the drive and then maybe I was putting, we could probably do it. Maybe.
All right. Well, SmashBoxxtV is going to officially put a $50 bounty on hole number 1. If you get a 2 on it tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday, we will take $50 out of the money we don't have, and we will give it to you. As long as we're filming it, we will gladly hand you $50. Tomorrow would be a great time.
It's got to be on video, though, right?
You're on the leader card.
Okay.
We're covering you. I will take $50 out of my pocket and hand it to you right there on hole number 1.
Got to be on video, right? In the frame.
Yeah.
Time?
Oh, yeah. We'll get it. Don't worry. We got multiple cameras out here.
All right.
We're not messing around, bro. So.
All right, I'll take you up on that. See what I can do.
So, anything you'd like to discuss? You're sitting here in second place, like I said, a 9 under par. That's got to feel good going into tomorrow's round. Obviously, on the leader card, you're right there where you want to be. Anything else you want to share with anyone that might be watching either live tomorrow or that's not here, taking it all in?
Well, I mean, I just want to thank my sponsors, Latitude 64, Voodoo Golf Bags. Those are my 2 main sponsors. But I also want to, kind of throw it out there, the fact that, the tee times today I thought was a little crazy just because of the variation. Some people, I teed off at 11 o'clock. I just thought, it was pretty crazy how spread out they were with tee times. I was teed off at 11. I think the last group teed off at 3:20.
Do you feel like you had better or worse conditions?
I mean, it's hard to say because I wasn't out on the holes that they were. When sometimes the wind was picked up, and for them maybe it wasn't at certain holes. But I think it's it'll be a little more fair tomorrow with everyone teeing off, like leaders teeing off at the same time at least. But.
You're right. We've kind of seen a shift, and most of the well, obviously everybody that shot the lower scores will kind of be bunched closer together. And we'll see them all teeing off. And you're right, you went off at 11. Dana went off here at 250. So he potentially could have seen very different weather from you. Now, whether it happened or not, pardon the pun, whether it happened, but there is that potential. And sometimes that's golf.
Yeah,
And,
it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, and today we'll see. But like you said, tomorrow, everyone's going to be a little bit closer together, at least score-wise. Would you, typically weather-wise, would you rather play in mornings or later afternoon? What kind of guy are you?
I'm an afternoon guy. I like to sleep in till 10 or 11 and take my time, wake up.
You're 20 what?
22. Just
Okay. You and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
All right.
Feeling 22.
That's usually my job is to bust up some T Swift. All right, Ricky Wysocki, we're going to let you go. We had Rusko on here earlier talking about the disc golf experience taking place in AT&T Stadium, and I'm sure if he was here, he'd be wishing you the best of luck as part of the Trilogy family. But we're super excited to be featuring you tomorrow. We're going to be following your card around. Hopefully, I won't say anything too dumb or loud for you while you're throwing, but I know you're going to put on a show. You always do. Long drives, forehands, backhands, long putts. I'm excited for the show tomorrow.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to play. So.
No pressure, but you better do really well.
All right.
All right, that's Ricky Wysocki, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to cut him loose. He's got poker to win and a dozen other games, and so we can let you get back to it. Unless you got anything else you want to share.
No, I think we covered most of it all. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. All right. Take care. All right. That was Ricky Wysocki, everyone. We saw him earlier at the Glass Blown Open this year. That was shortly after a car accident that he was in where his car was totaled. And, I know he was in recovery mode more at that point. And we're going to catch up with AJ Risley. Dana's going to play some darts here against Ricky Wysocki. I'm going to call it right now.
He's going to lose.
For Dana.
It's
Beat
not.
that ass.
No, he's not. He's not.
I played cricket against Ricky after the GBO, and it was myself, him, Uli, and somebody else, I forget. And Ricky just more or less ran the board.
Yeah.
Dana's
wasting his time.
It's kind of sick, but
I mean, good luck, Dana.
Actually, it might have been Dana with us as well. So
yeah, he was there. So welcoming to the show. I don't know why he's not elsewhere editing footage. He's going to have a long night tonight. This is AJ Risley, the disc golf boy. AJ, how we doing tonight, buddy?
Doing pretty well.
Yeah, you are.
Terry.
Yeah, you are.
Pretty just fine.
Good. Well, good to hear.
Yeah. How are you?
Has
anybody asked you that?
No, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm really good.
You're really good.
I feel like today was a very solid opening day from most of the feedback that we've received. Of course, there's some people that are, this isn't ESPN, and we don't. That's why we call ourselves SmashBoxx, because we're not ESPN. But I feel like we had a solid opening day. Yeah. So.
Yeah, solid. I don't know. I was there the whole time. Looked like you guys were pretty. You had the 3 C's going on: calm, cool, and collected.
Yep.
I didn't notice any problems.
No,
if you did, you rebounded quickly. It seemed like we had the two cameramen, Joe and Todd, doing their thing.
Yeah, and then for if you guys haven't, if you don't know already, AJ here is walking around with my camera, and he is filming shot by shot for the card that we were on. And he's going to do what I would typically do at a lot of other tournaments where I'm not doing live SmashBoxx. He's going to take all those shots and he's going to add them together into a condensed version. It'll probably be a front 9 version and then a back 9 version or something along those lines. And he'll edit that all together. There's going to probably be overlaid commentary by both AJ and myself, since we were both there, so that'll work out really well. And we're going to release that in a condensed version sometime tomorrow morning. So hopefully that's going to be uploaded and ready to go. So if people didn't go back and aren't watching the 3 or 4 hour version of what we put together today, there's also going to be a slightly condensed version as well. So I'm going to tell you right now, he's got a long night ahead of him. It's only
9:30.
It's 9:30.
If I'm going for the high score, or if I'm trying to beat last night, I guess. Then what do I got?
About
6.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got some work to do.
6.5 hours, yeah.
So I have kind of handed over the keys to the Disc Golf Guy account, and I'm going to let the little Disc Golf boy drive for the next few days.
I'll go back to the Disc Golf boy for the next few days.
Oh, yeah. I see. Did you? Oh, I thought you just got an eraser out and took care of what was up there.
I found a bar of soap in the shower. Yep.
Well, good.
Good.
What did you think of the action today? I guess we've kind of spoiled it in the sense that we broadcast it live. But what did you think of the action out there today?
It was great. I mean, that card we had was pretty had a pretty good variety. I mean, obviously you had Paul McBeth shooting a hot round, 50, 10 down. was that 1086?
You know what? It's funny. I actually don't know that part. I know it was.
I looked it up earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, 1086. He started off hot, birdied 5 out of the first 7 holes.
Yep.
That was crazy to watch. I was 3 holes in, and I was just thought we were going to witness history again.
Yeah. And he missed hole 4, the shortest hole on the course. It's also probably the narrowest fairway, and it's downhill, and there's OB behind the basket. Obviously, all of those things, but it's the shortest hole on the course. So there's, that's kind of crazy.
It's a tough one. I mean, walking away with a 3 is sometimes all right.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy Colling and Cale LaVisca are always 2 great players to watch. They, Jeremy, I mean, if you've never seen anybody throw a sidearm or a forehand, Jeremy's a good person to watch because he'll step up to typical hyzer, righty backhand hyzer holes and throw flippy mid-range
and or flippy driver in the case of hole number 15.
Yeah.
That's a really unique approach to that. Hole 15 used to be dead straight. It's now tucked off slightly left. It's added about 40 more feet. But if you throw a dead straight drive and just let it just fade off, you're going to be close.
Right.
Paul did it, but you're going to be relatively close. Again, you need to throw it dead straight for about 320, 330 feet and let it fade.
I guess that just, what you can learn from that is kind of the different areas that players start playing and learn playing and really hone their craft. You know, Jeremy's from Carolina, the Carolinas, where pretty much all the courses are a little shorter, but a lot more wooded, a lot more technical. And if they're an old school kind of course, like some of the ones we saw at Worlds a few years back, I want to say, can't remember any of the names of the courses now, but some of the courses that the AMs played were those old school style, where you start in the middle of the fairway, play down a line of trees, and you end on the right. So you always have that left to right turn. If you grow up playing courses like that, and that's where you start, you're going to find out that righty forehand is the way to throw, and that's going to become really comfortable. And once you start really developing that, you're going to get more creative.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about that too is on hole 15 specifically today, we watched Big Germ throw his forehand. He was going to throw a D3 forehand kind of around a different gap, and he smashed the tree.
Oh, yeah.
He hit it hard. He smashed the tree, and then I think the very next throw was Cale LaVisca. He got up and threw I believe a D3 as well, and threw it really hard and hit the tree in the exact same spot almost, but throwing a backhand. So they both went around an initial tree, but yet hit that other it was it was kind of interesting to see 2 very different shots hit the same tree in nearly the exact same spot.
Yeah, I mean,
as some did at any
how good Paul Macbeth is.
Yeah, well, at any point did you think tree-eyed? Did you ever yell that?
I didn't. Maybe I should have, just in the middle of the woods in a quiet golf tournament, just tree-eyed. Just get back and sit, and tree-eyed. That might have been a little rude.
Yeah, hashtag tree-eyed. We got an update from Dana Vici. I think the official terminology, he said he smoked me. So Ricky Wysocki took care of business, and lights out for Dynamite.
Smoked him at what? Were you guys on the card together? Oh, darts.
Oh, darts, yeah.
Yeesh. Ooh. Speaking of...
Ricky was throwing darts out there today, though, wasn't he? 9 under.
Oh! Booyah! I guess we'll get to see some more of those darts tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Lead card, SmashBoxxtV.
So,
B square.
Tomorrow, the leader card goes off at 2 p.m. We're working with Steve Dodge in some details. We don't want to go on too early. We love catching up with the players. We love talking to them. We love watching them throw hole 1. We need to kind of hang out around that area. So we want that preview game, that preview feel. But I feel if we have too much of it, some people don't get as excited about it. But tomorrow they're gonna have that. They could play or sit and watch the actual round ahead of time from yesterday. So that's another huge advantage of you staying up while not working, is that they're going to be able to sit and watch round 1 to get ready right away for round 2.
Nice.
So
what are the other advantages of me staying up all night?
The fact that I don't have to stay up quite as late as normal.
Nice.
It felt, I'll admit, it felt a little weird last night. I went to bed and someone else was on my computer doing editing, and I'll say it, it felt a little weird.
Felt a little weird.
But thank you for doing it.
My opponent edits 10 hours, I edit 11. Boom.
So to answer a question off the board, what time zone is it? Yeah, this seems to be a challenge every time we go anywhere outside of the central time zone. But we're here on Eastern time zone. Again, it's 2 p.m. Eastern is when the card will go off. So I'm guessing we're going to probably start the broadcast around roughly 1:30 Eastern is what the plan will be.
I've been on the road for the past 6 or 7 weeks and pretty much live in the moment time zone.
Yeah.
Eastern, Western, Mountain, Central.
Central America.
Just tune in.
Russian. There's a lot of different time zones.
Do yourself a favor and just
So
write down my phone number and text me constantly at the bottom of your screen.
Dave Hemler chimes in saying that Cam shot fabulous for someone borrowing his putter. I'm not sure if Cam Todd had possibly misplaced or lost his putter before the round. Not sure exactly what that means by that.
Or Cam Colgley?
Oh, good question. I'm assuming Cam Todd because Cam Todd was referenced earlier in the.
I think I saw a Facebook post about a putter.
Yeah, I think Cam's on the second card.
Yes.
Yeah, with Will, Steve Rico, and Greg Barsby.
Johnny V has his own co-host. Didn't even see that.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yes, he does. He said you have a co-host that's joining you tonight.
I do, yeah. It's about what? It's 8:42 here. Little boy just got back from baseball, so he's gonna brush his teeth and go to bed.
Oh.
Awesome, very cool.
So you know who we should really talk about? The star of the show today.
Mm-hmm.
Keelan.
Keelan Dunn.
Or as everybody kept calling him, Keegs.
Keegs?
Keegs. Like I don't know if someone mispronounced his name at one point for Keegan, but everybody called him Keegs. So,
wait, okay. When you say everybody, are you referring...
Everybody that was on the chat board.
Are you referring to the chat board people, not the Kung Fu kids who were fighting?
Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Yeah, the chat people are the people. Those are my peeps. Those are the people I hang out with and get to talk with. All
right.
You know, I mean, I don't know. There's probably 100 of them on there that are pretty active. So, but
somebody should clarify that on the board or some of his friends if that's just a nickname that is an established nickname for him. Keegs. I mean, his name is Keelan.
I think they were just giving him
Kealan. Keelan Dunn.
You know what? This is kind of funny. I was thinking during the round, what nicknames could we give this guy? And I was just like, like locksmith. No, that doesn't. It's too obscure. It's too indirect. I was thinking maybe Keymaster. If it were me and I knew Keelan, I'd probably just start calling him Zool.
Oh yeah, Zool or the Keymaster for sure.
Ghostbuster reference.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say. I wonder how many people would get that. Unfortunately, we're getting old, and Ghostbusters. I mean, that's clearly a classic. However, isn't it being done with women?
Yes, it's in the middle of being remade. So.
Okay.
Now talk a little bit about Keelan. I don't know if you were able to speak with him at all, but he seemed like he was not distraught isn't the word. He was under a little pressure.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a first time for playing with three
of the best in the world.
Three of the best players in the world on courses that they know really well. Especially in the first round. I think there's always a little bit of extra pressure in that first round because, you have that clean slate. Some people might think, first round, I can't win the tournament. I can't lose the tournament here. But I don't know. Personally, I find myself with a little bit more pressure on my shoulders in that first round. And if I'm on a big card like that with a lot of big players and a big gallery and 3 cameras, even if it's my home course, I'm gonna be a little nervous on the first few holes.
Yeah, he started out. He threw that one right, kind of real low into those trees, and just barely got through them. And then he seemed to calm down for a little bit, but he looked like he had some issues towards the end of the round again. Hole 18, he kind of tin cupped it. I thought he was gonna throw 3 of them in a row out of bounds, but
yeah,
almost. I mean,
yeah,
the one that did go in bounds, it skipped off the rock wall. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he ended up. He's for starters. Let's set the stage a little bit in that he's a 939 rated player, which is technically just above an intermediate rating. Anytime you're 935 or above, you have to play advanced. So he's, in terms of rating, he's a lower level advanced competitor at 939. And then today, with his struggles, he shot a plus 15, which was a 75, which ultimately ended up being an 897 rated round. Now, I wonder if there's any influence from his parents, because maybe he has an early bedtime because he has to be then up and playing at 8:10 in the morning. So maybe, he's only 16. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know what that's going on. But
hopefully we can catch up with him later this week to maybe get his perspective on that round. I'd love to know what his thoughts going into that were, if he truly was, if he will admit to being nervous or not.
I'm going to tell you this, and clearly we're not picking on him or anything.
No, not at all. I'm impressed with how he continued to keep his composure.
I'll say this, on the last hole, I think that was exceptionally nerve-wracking. You have
the gallery,
dozens of people watching you. You've thrown out of bounds, and when he threw that first shot, I was like, oh, he threw it too high. He's trying to make the putt, which is makeable, except for that tree branch is just perfectly in his line for a high release putt. And so he missed it. And then when he did it again, and I saw him grab his putter and he was going to go through the third time from that spot. I could see his hand, his support hand, his left hand visibly shaking. Like really? He was nervous, and I'm sure he was probably a little frustrated and upset with himself, but also a little bit nervous. You've got the best players in the world all sitting around watching you, and you're just trying to get on this very challenging green. And so I felt bad for him at that point, certainly. Steve Dodge, a little product placement, even though we have already talked about them. We've table talked about them, in fact. What do you got for us, AJ?
I would say...
Oh, that's my jam. That's one of my flavors. I don't know if I have any that aren't. Yeah, there's a few that aren't.
Chocolate eclair pie, no jam included.
I don't know. Should you feed this to me, AJ?
No.
I've already done plenty of other things for you on the filming and editing side. I don't think I need to.
All right. It was an idea. If you change your mind, just let me know. I know Steve Dodge would feed it to me.
He probably would.
No, I know he would.
Oh.
He has.
Oh. Sorry.
All right. So, AJ, do you got anything else you want to add to here in your experience? You're not playing this week. We've kind of talked about that already, but anything you'd like to add to the Maple Hill experience here on our opening day?
Well, just looking around us, we're up in the Sap House again with all these fun games. Tonight is game night.
Yeah, how convenient.
Yeah, how convenient. But yeah, this is just classic Maple Hill Open, Vibram Open, Marshall Street Disc Golf Championship feel right here. We've got a bunch of people who, I know maybe a handful of people in this room, but going around playing games with different people, it's fun. It's a little competitive and there's a little bit of heat involved, but once you lose a game of shuffleboard and you turn to your opponent standing next to you, shake his hand, give him a token, and you move on with mutual respect.
Yeah, you do.
gained.
I think I'm gonna have to play me a little bit of darts.
Get in on this
Dots.
darts.
Is that dots out here?
Could be dots. Yeah, I know that. Over on the poker table, they someone
Talking wicked.
got done in by the river. Lost it on the river. If you plan on playing skee ball at all later, shameless plug, I do hold the offhand record.
Not fair. No, not fair.
Offhand record
No.
with 390 points.
No, not
Or
fair
9
to
balls
say.
with
You
two
don't have an
100
offhand.
pointers.
You are mildly ambidextrous.
Yeah, but jeez. I'm the lefty.
Yeah, but you throw righty. So, wrong. There's no offhand record for you. You are ineligible on some offhand. Anyway, what's your dominant hand record over there, by the way?
Not 390.
So then it's hardly an offhand. You.
Okay, well, okay.
You got
all right,
it,
all right,
you.
fine. All right, fine. Let's just table talk a little bit here for a minute.
Table talk.
Table talk.
We're talking tables here.
I threw the first ball with my right hand, my non-dominant hand. I threw the first one. It was bad, and so I just started going for hundreds. Got a couple.
Got a couple.
Count it.
Yeah. Speaking, real quick before we let you go, I think we're almost done. You and I. Real quick before I let you go, did you see recently, Johnny? You can chime in too. Did you guys see the post about the switch hitter and then the switch batter, and they kind of went back and forth?
The switch pitcher.
Yes, yeah, I said switch hitter and switch batter. Sorry, the switch pitcher and then the switch batter,
I
and how
did
they
see
kind of
that,
played that
yeah.
little chess
That was-
match,
yeah,
cat
that
and mouse
was-
game, whatever you want to call it.
That was kind of weird. I mean, I
Did
don't think
that,
I've ever seen a switch pitcher before.
No.
There's
So I
been
don't-
one or two, none really in the major leagues. There's been a few in the minor leagues, but yeah, there's one that's apparently getting pretty good that may be called up to the majors, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really know the particular, the really specific rules of baseball that well to know if it's, I don't know, if it's allowed to switch pitching hands. I mean, logically it doesn't seem like it would be such a big deal, but I can see that if you're scouting someone a certain way, I don't know.
And I'll ask you this because I know you're on tour, and well, I'm gonna assume you know him. Do you have any input on Dan Hastings?
Oh, yeah, Dan Hastings.
I know Dan, but I wanted to.
Yeah, from Buffalo, New York. I've played a couple tournaments with him. I think I played around with him at the Brent Hamburg a couple years ago. He's a real solid player. He's definitely the regional favorite in New York, upstate New York, in that area.
Think he
But-
possibly shot his best round ever today. He's rated 1,001, and his
1071.
and then his rating today was 1071 for the round.
Possibly. Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, I watched him practice a few holes. Got a whole preview from him. Might have seen that today. And yeah, I mean he's definitely got game. Team prodigy. So
Very impressive. 1071 rated round again. Just to recap, since we should talk some real business here, some table talk. Some real business in that Macbeth, his 50 was rated 1086. He's in the lead. Wysocki, a 51, rated 1079. And then Paul Ulibarri and Dan Hastings shot 52s, and they're both 1071 rated rounds. So very impressive. And then
who's in fifth place?
yeah, let's talk about that. This is one of your travel buddies, Max Nichols.
Oh,
Shoots a 1063. He is a stroke ahead of Nico LeCastro,
booyah.
David Felberg, Nate Sexton, and Will Schustrick all shot 6 unders,
Who?
which was a 1056 rated round. So I'm going to say something really
lefty course.
I don't know if it's that interesting, but Nico came up to me earlier, and I asked him about his round, and he had 15
Spit outs.
threes.
15 threes.
He had 15 threes, 2 twos.
I mean,
Can you do the math? And
1-5.
and a 5. So, and I said to him, I said, some of those threes are really good.
Yeah.
And some of them aren't so great, but some of those threes are really good. He's like, yeah.
Some of them are. A lot of those threes are probably still pretty good.
Yeah, and so what an interesting. I mean, it may not sound interesting to you if you think about your local course and think, oh God, I'd hate to get 15 threes. But at this course, 15 threes is still impressive.
Yeah.
And he had 15 threes, a 5, and 2 twos. 2 twos. He had a 2-2 out there. And then his girlfriend, Jessica Weiss, Jessica Weiss, who happens to be his girlfriend, also shot very well today. She's sitting in second place in the women, and I believe she shot a 60.
Yeah, even par.
Even par. She shot a 60. Now, they had a couple different tees. I think there's 4 different tees for the women, but she shot a 60. She's down 1 stroke, the 59. Do you know who shot that?
Katrina
Allen, I believe, shot a 59. So, yeah, very competitive field out there. I told you Nico had 15 threes.
Yes, he did.
2 twos.
And wait.
And
let me get.
And a 5.
Yeah.
Guess what hole he took a 5 on? Because I'll tell you, I guessed and I guessed incorrectly.
Let me.
I'm gonna go hole 18.
Whoa.
Okay. Good. Johnny from the. Yep.
Oh, I hope not. That would be a bummer. I'm gonna say hole 12. What is hole 12, Alex?
For $500, you are completely incorrect. Half of hole 12. Man, what a math show. I hope your kid's still up listening to all this, Johnny. I think we might. Anyways, hole 6. You took a 5 on hole 6. Steve, you want to join us? You got a couple minutes? Are you almost done?
Will you play darts?
I will play darts.
Okay.
For you?
Just like that. We're going to get rid of AJ, and we are going to bring in our tournament director. That's the beauty of our.
A 5 on hole 6. That's gotta. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So bad. He probably went OB and missed the putt and rolled away. It's not very good.
When will we see the ladies final on SmashBoxxtV? I think we're talking about some action on Sunday, but we'll clarify that throughout the week. That's not going to stay. All right, put some headphones on, buddy. Oh. We got some blueberry pie that he's bringing. No
Haven't
sugar.
we had enough of this guy?
It says no sugar added, not a reduced calorie. So no sugar, but still all the calories. Now you're thinking.
That's the beauty of blueberries.
Oh.
How do I need to eat this pie for people to hear me?
Right about where you are. That's good. You should.
Are you going to eat a pie?
I gave. You're the only sweet I've given up. Wait, no, I haven't.
Oh, sad.
So
is that true? 18 people are watching?
No, I don't know where you see that.
Right now, we have 53 people watching live.
And there will be thousands that will watch between now and tomorrow. See, get it, girl. Hashtag get it, girl. All right, so Steve Dodge has joined us. Steve, we saw you out on the course. We saw you before the round, a little bit after the round. Here we are on a podcast. It's game night. Say hi to everybody out there.
Hello.
Okay, it's been great.
And you asked me earlier if I had a highlight of the weekend or the day.
I think it was of the day. What? Yeah, sure.
I have a highlight of yesterday.
Okay, yesterday.
So yesterday I came home a little late, feeling good, and there was a bet about whether or not cribbage is a game of skill.
Completely.
Thank you, Johnny. It is completely a game of skill. I proved that to the other people at the table, and that was the highlight.
Because you won. Had you lost, you would have said, yes, this is completely a game of luck, right?
How would I have lost?
Well, that's a good point. I don't know. Maybe you would throw backwards.
We're getting some lockup.
In a triple 19, and I said, what were you aiming at? And she said, just the board.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Johnny, we okay over there?
The Skype's getting a little cranky.
All right.
Testy? Skype?
Is it Skype or is it the people watching?
Well, I think everybody's getting testy. No, it's Skype. Skype is getting a little crunchy, as we'll say. It might be a signal issue. It looks like it's a signal issue on your side.
And Johnny, can you still see the Table Talk pies?
No.
Oh, not down there.
Now I can. Nope, I can now. I just changed the shot so that we can see him.
So one of our sponsors, I think it's good to say, is Vibram Disc Golf.
Yes, I've heard of them.
They do not make Table Talk pies.
Have you ever thought of getting into that?
It'd be a little chewy.
Yeah, they would. These are not stackable.
No, and there's also no sugar added. Well, at least to the blueberries.
Did you eat dinner, Jerry?
I had a piece of pizza. That was about it.
Yeah.
Normally at events like the Maple Hill Open, the Memorial, especially with doing these live podcasts at night, we get done filming all day, and then immediately I go into podcast mode, and then next thing you know, there's some madness, and believe it or not, I skip some meals once in a while. Why'd you look?
Horizontal, baby.
So occasionally I skip a meal or two, not intentionally.
The really good thing when you have a good team, like you've got Johnny V switching the show.
Yep.
You obviously do a good job.
Thank you.
You've got AJ and Ryan, who are probably back at the house right now editing the footage.
Or playing games, but yeah.
Well, okay, maybe Ryan is playing, and AJ are both playing games.
Yes.
So, but it's still a good team.
It is.
And they're going to have the footage all ready for everybody to watch at 12:30 tomorrow when we start the show.
1:30.
1:30 when we start the show.
Yep.
And that'll be a recap of today. And I guess what we'll see mostly is Paul's 50.
You'll see every shot
of his round.
Of that round of all four players.
Oh, right. But you're not going to see Ricky's 51.
No, you will not see Ricky's 51. Okay. One of the questions that came in on the board, we'd like to address it is, again, we have our full round coverage if you want to see all the fun stuff, the in-between holes, some of the extra interviews and whatnot. And then our featured card, tomorrow will be leader card, our featured card coverage will be condensed, again, by AJ. Was there another crew out there today getting any other that they're going to be assembling? I know the Disc Eye, who's friends with Will Schusterick, I met him and talked to him for the first time today.
Yep.
I said, are you editing right now? And he was actually just reviewing his own footage. And he said, I don't know if I'm going to get anything out this week. It may not get out until I get home next week. But do you know of anyone else that's turning around videos?
I think Brad at the Disc Eye, he's relatively new at what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's very excited, very passionate about it. He helped us out with the double skins.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's
Hello.
better. Yep. Go on.
So, Johnny, should I say testing now, or is this a bad time for that?
Terry could just turn up your mic a little bit.
Oh.
Or if he could talk into it.
That too. It's the beard. It gets in the way.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be polite and recognize that people have shortcomings. And they can't always talk into the mic. I just want to stare at you.
Great. I understand.
So, what were we
were talking about the Disc Guy and then other people turning out videos.
Marty McFly is here doing, I don't actually know which card he covered.
Okay. I thought I saw him posting on Facebook that he was playing some course around here today. Well, maybe he did that after filming or before filming.
There was plenty of time.
I wish I had free time. Go on.
3.5 to 4 hour round. Maybe he does a better job or faster job editing.
Yeah, that's quite true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yeah.
You need a team of guys doing the editing for you.
Yeah, and he's currently playing darts right before he plays skee ball. Yeah.
He's good at skee ball.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
He told us.
So do you know how game night is working?
I heard that you gave out 8 tokens to each individual. And I'm guessing at the end of the night, the people that have the most amount of tokens, because when you lose to someone, so you started with 8. I'm going to add these up. We've got 4.
Each one counts as 2.
4, 8, 12, 13. That means you have a net. I'm going to use some big terminology. I think that means you have a net gain of 5 wins tonight. So you could have, for instance, played 10 games
could have.
And won 5 of them. No, because then they would be even. You would have had to play 15 games and won 10 of them.
I have 2 tokens on this dart game that is going on right now that I'm no longer in.
Oh.
So I'm actually up 15.
The top token winners at the end of the night are at a certain time, or what?
At 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Okay, it's 10:05 right now.
They win. We have a bag full of pride and glory.
Which is what?
The best feeling on the earth.
Okay, of pride and glory. Okay, I thought that was like a name brand something, but okay, you're talking figuratively. Okay. Okay, so you win pride and glory.
Right.
Right. Okay.
What
do you think the winning token count's going to be tonight?
What is this whole thing about, Terry? No, what is this whole... So we've got, like, you're going to go there and play me in a game of pool.
Oh, gosh, tonight. Let's not waste time doing that.
So I win pride and glory.
Yes.
Okay, we go out there and we compete in accuracy. We compete in the Legacy MPH contest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we compete in the Prodigy long drive contest. What are these people winning? It's pride and accuracy and a small amount of cash.
Okay.
But like the whole tournament as a whole, what are they winning? Do you think Big Germ cares about the payoff, the $2,500 check he's going to get?
No, I don't think he does.
He does not at all. He would probably be very happy just to give that money back to me.
Or to St. Jude. We'll hold him to that.
Or to me.
Or to you. Yeah. Or maybe he would consider, or SmashBoxx, or maybe he would consider purchasing somewhere around like 2,800 or 2,900 Table Talk pies with that money.
A buck a pie?
Support your sponsors.
A buck a pie is cheap. A buck a pie is cheap.
Support those who support you, Big Germ. We're calling you out.
Cents. That is even cheaper than a buck a pie.
Or even 89 cents. Yeah, some of them are.
Or 68 cents.
Or this one is. This one is 79 cents.
Or is it 86?
No. So yeah, support those who. So
that's
and
my
how
point.
many has he eaten these for free?
That's my point.
How many pies?
Did we win? J.A.? Did we win? Can I have those chips, please? And the other ones.
Wow, big winner here tonight.
You can take one for being my surrogate.
Thanks, Steve.
Surrogate, someone who stands in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you chuckle?
Because that term isn't typically used other than in terms of childbirthing. Am I correct on that? Right? When's the last time you, besides just now, when's the last time you used the term surrogate, not referring to a surrogate mother?
I don't think anybody's ever stood in for me before. Ever.
Who really can fill your shoes, though?
AJ. He just did in darts.
Okay.
And I got 3 chips out of it. So I'm up to 18 chips now.
Wait, no, you just had 13.
Okay, so you can be my surrogate math guy.
I'm not that good. All right, any final parting shots here for you tonight before we kick you off the podcast?
What are you implying?
That was my polite way of saying we're wrapping you up and we're going to get another person in here.
I don't have any thoughts.
Nothing insightful or brilliant.
I do believe that people play this game for pride and glory. They play it because they love to compete with people as opposed to against people. They respect people, the culture of the disc, yada yada.
Spirit of the game.
And I think we should give maybe 10% of the money that Jeremy gives back to us to St. Jude's.
Okay. I think that's fair.
Yeah. The guy with the hat says that's a good number.
I would just withhold it from him. Really don't. I'd be like, we took the liberty, Big Germ, to withhold 10% of your winnings back.
Oh, no, we withheld 100%.
Oh, no, you held 100%. That is very generous of us.
We give 10% exchange.
Yeah.
For our pride and glory.
Yes, that's a good call. Any other, do we have a sponsored guide so you could thank them for all the thousands of people that will eventually listen to this podcast? Okay, you can just rattle off a bunch of others that you know of. I think you mentioned Vibram. I think you mentioned Table Talk.
We've got DGA.
Yep.
And I pointed out at the players meeting that DGA has actually sponsored this tournament longer than Vibram.
Yes.
They haven't put as much money into it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they've sponsored it longer.
Keys, you get on that.
So they've sponsored this since 2004. Vibram started making this in 2008 and it's been the title sponsor since then. But those guys have always been on board.
Awesome.
I'm really excited to have Discraft on board again.
Yep.
They've been absent for 3 to 5 years.
Calling them out. Yep. Thank you, Discraft, Bob Julio and crew.
Calling them out for being back.
Yeah.
Like a prodigal son or surrogate son.
I don't think anyone stepped in for them.
No, they stepped up and said, we want to step in for us.
Good on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
appreciate it.
And as a matter of fact, the accuracy contest we used,
Sweet.
which was a very fun thing to do, and I'm on the team that currently has the best score.
I missed it. I was working, but okay, go on.
Where-
Other sponsors, Long Drive by Prodigy.
Long Drive by Prodigy.
Night Eyes, Dave.
Absolutely.
What's he doing?
They're
Their
doing
sponsor.
Night golf.
Night golf. That makes sense.
Tomorrow, Saturday night, we have night golf.
Okay.
Are there other people?
Soulfly. Yeah,
Paul Kenny from Soulfly. You know the kneel pads?
Yep, the kneeling pads.
And he said they're coming out with a So Dry, which is like a talc and a kneel pad all in one.
Okay.
Millennium.
A Heiser Bomb.
Did he say something?
I think he was helping us out and telling us Heiser Bomb. Probably.
Yeah.
Matt Siri.
is
Super
here.
great guy.
Millennium was here at the AM side.
Okay.
Representing and doing a great job. And they actually picked up Zach Longio as one of their players. The 14-year-old kid that was on the lead card.
Awesome.
I don't know if it's okay to say kid.
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay.
There's always a question for me. I was informed by one of our pros that rather than calling the women ladies, that ladies implies that they're of younger age and that I should more frequently refer to them as the women. It's something I guess I've kind of taken informal polls as to if that coincides with what others say.
Do the girls imply younger?
I think girls does.
So,
But ladies may imply as if maybe like younger woman or teenage to, I don't know. But maybe Smashies can input on that. But I frequently say, let's check out and see what happened on the ladies' side. That's just vernacular I've used. And for some reason, some have said that it would be more appropriate for me to use the term women.
Oh, sorry, folks. Oh, there we go.
The Yankees won the World Series, but
Okay.
David Letterman had a picture of all of the guys.
Looks like we're having some Skype issues. Well, a couple of the sponsors that they didn't actually mention was the NIFA, which is, I believe, the Northeastern Frisbee Association, Paragon, the PDGA. I believe we got all the other ones taken care of. Looks like we lost Terry's video. I'm sure he'll give us a call right back. So hopefully that'll clear up. But we'll get him right back. And with Steve, maybe it's a little hint to say, Steve, it's time to step off. Let's get some other fresh blood in here. So do we have anything out on the board right now? Someone says disc companies do not do enough sponsorship wise. Brett Comencioli says that. Brett, I don't necessarily. I think disc companies do a lot of sponsoring of events. I don't know if, personally, I'm not sure if you would qualify that as sponsoring of players. But yes, nope. We can't connect up with Terry still. I'm guessing. I'm gonna hang up on that particular call and call that. So I disagree with what you're saying. Oh, look, we have him. We have him back.
We're
kind
You
of.
have Neil Tyson DeGrasse on speed.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Is everything all right out there, Johnny?
Yeah, I think you guys. I think someone sneezed on the internet connection over on your side, and it just kind of it failed. I filled in and said that we had a couple other sponsors. We had NIFA as well as Paragon.
Miles, Paragon. That's our guy.
This is not Johnny's first rodeo.
No,
He's used to things going wrong.
he rides the bull hard.
8 seconds.
Right.
Johnny, if you ever wanted to ride the bull longer,
Or harder.
not harder, longer,
Longer.
would you get a surrogate to do it for you?
Probably, yes, because I've tried riding a bull and it didn't end up well for me.
What bar was that at?
I believe I tried in, was it North Carolina?
It might have been Bar Charlotte.
Bar Charlotte, I think it was.
Bar Charlotte.
Thank you guys very much for everything you do. I'm very happy.
Good. We're here to make you happy.
Well, real
If
quick,
you're
Steve,
happy-
what is your goal? What viewership number are you looking for? Today we hit, I think it was about 1,500. I don't know for sure concurrent viewers. Maybe it was something like that. I'd like to see tomorrow 2,500 and by the end of the week 5,000.
How do you feel about those numbers?
I think that's going to make my answer very boring.
Okay.
Because it was the honest to goodness exact same as Johnny.
Oh, good. We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, so maybe we should tell more people that we're doing this.
I think we should. Do you find that it's challenging that here we are the weekend before July 4th, it's summertime, there's tournaments being played all over the country. Do you maybe find that sometimes our viewership numbers may be lower than really the people that are interested simply because they're out doing other things right now or during the day, say tomorrow or Saturday?
I think if we put on a good show,
They'll skip all their other real plans?
We will be a priority for people.
Okay.
And all we need is for people to tune in for half an hour, see that we're doing a good job, and stay tuned.
Okay.
They can watch it on their iPad on the way to work.
Okay.
Probably if they're not driving.
Have you received any feedback from today or the show today that you could share with?
Do you want me to read it?
Whatever you want to do. I mean, I'll let me.
You
just
can
find it.
It was the bomb.
Okay.
They said.
Still signal quality. I'm guessing that somebody's doing something on their side. They've got-
Spotting for 12. Sorry to everybody, we didn't have a spotter on 12 today.
Yeah, it sounds like there needs to be one, is what I heard. But whatever.
We're on it.
No, you're on it.
It'll be fixed.
Well, I will say we appreciate the accolades and some of the criticisms. I feel some are fair if we screw up or if we have a mishap or if it's something
criticisms of me?
No, not of you, of the overall production. But that's one thing people do need to keep in mind.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call this pretty soon, as soon as we get Terry back.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're still here. It's the signal's just getting really bad, and frankly, it's about time to call it so you can get back to your editing.
Want to see any? Let me check out, and you can interview someone that's interesting.
No. He doesn't have a fake internet spike signal. Like, oh, this is a good way to get. This. All right, we're gonna let Steve Dodge go. In fact, I think we may just go ahead and call it tonight. I think maybe that's our cue.
What time do we start tomorrow, Terry?
I think we're talking about 1:30. Some people really struggled. We like a couple, me doing a few pre-interviews, but I think some people kind of struggle because when they turn it on, they want to see golf. And if you open the show too early and they watch them get to play hole one over and over again, the feedback we've received is, hey, let's get to golf. We want golf. We want to see golf. So I like the idea of being early, but maybe not too early. So if the leader card's going off at 2 o'clock.
Agreed.
Today we came on the air at 1:30, and the leader card went off at 2:10. So I think if we stick to the plan of 1:30 tomorrow, I think people will be happy with that. And hopefully before that, they're watching AJ's.
So 1 to 1:30-ish.
Yeah, we're going to plan on 1:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, 1:30 is AJ's thing?
We'll see how long his is because maybe we'll be able to play that directly at 1.
Maybe leading into.
Yeah. But we're super excited about it.
Okay. I'd like to point out the last thing I'll say is that we started the lead card 10 minutes late today.
Okay. Yes, we did.
We were forced to move all the cards back, all the men's cards back 10 minutes because we had too many women. I did not anticipate. I anticipated having up to 24 women. We had 27. I had to build an extra card.
Wow.
It was a fantastic showing by the women.
Absolutely. And right now our leaders, Katrina Allen, 59, Jessica Weiss, 60. 61 was Paige Pierce.
That is a fantastic card.
They're all fantastic, so we're excited about it. All right, so for Johnny V in the studios, back taking care of all the business, we'll say, while he's sitting in his chair eating pizza today. For Joe Height, who's on the camera, hustling it around. For Todd Dodge, Steve's good-looking brother, Todd Dodge, who was out on the camera with myself. For Ryan Heedy, AJ Risley, all of the Smashies out there taking it all in. We appreciate everyone with the feedback, the comments, everything that you guys did to provide us with the experience of providing you with the 2015 Maple Hill Open. This is your tournament director, Steve Dodge. I'm Terry Miller, the Disc Golf Guy. We'll see you guys at 30 tomorrow afternoon when you again get to step inside the Smash.
Terry, would you like to match my $20 bill and put a bet on what the low score is going to be tomorrow?
Sure. Let's do it.
Johnny, are you in?
Yeah, Terry's got me. We're good.
Okay. My guess is going to be 48. So I'm
SmashBox lanyard.
This lanyard is worth about $18. So if you have two more,
There's a receipt.
If you pull a Cheerio out of there, I'm running away.
A Southwest flight. Okay.
Southwest is a sponsor.
Yes,
That's why
they
we mentioned
they
them.
better be. Here's a $20 bill. So I get the rest of the numbers,
I picked 48.
and I will pick every number that's not 48.
That doesn't seem fair.
You're the math whiz.
I think we're going to just see a 50 again tomorrow.
Okay, Johnny picks 50. What did you want to pick?
I was going to say 50 as well.
So you and Johnny are tied.
I'll go 49 then.
I'll say 49. I'll take 49.
I'll take 50. I'll take
Johnny,
50.
you take 50. I'll take 49.
You're taking 49.
Yes. It's like the price is right. I'm going to go
Johnny,
one.
do we have to get it exactly right to win this money?
Yes.
Okay, and where's your 20?
Terry's got me. I told you that.
All right.
I'm good for it.
What did I put on Wysocki? I put a $50 bounty on Wysocki getting a 2 on hole number 1. It's a 2. I will get $50 from you, and I will then give it to him. Yeah. And we have to get on film, which we will. We'll be covering the leader card.
Yeah.
So if Wysocki gets a 2 on hole number 1, that's worth $50. That's worth $50 for you to see.
I put in an extra 50.
Okay. Yes. There he is.
On top of my 50, you're putting in there.
In for you. A 2. What if
And
anyone
I'm
else
putting
on his card gets it?
I'm putting in your 50 and then my 50 on top of that.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
What if?
I hope I win this bet.
What if somebody else gets? Do we give it to anyone that gets a 2 on hole 1 that we film during the leader card?
I think you said
Macbeth,
Ricky.
Ulibarri, or
You said Ricky.
so if Macbeth, Yuli, or Hastings
I
get
would
it.
love for Yuli to get the deuce and for me to say,
Sorry.
you're not Ricky.
Fair enough. Again, for Steve Dodge, Terry Miller, the Disc Golf Guy, and the rest of our Smashbox crew, we'll see you guys tomorrow for that $100 bounty on hole number 1 when you step inside the Smashbox.
Make your bets.